The blade dealer, make a nigga forfeit. Yeah, cause I'm the realest. Hey, niggas talking short shit. Nah, I need a million.
Big stepper, yeah, bitch, I be steppin'. Coolin' kit with the flip switch, bitch, that's the weapon. No drama.
Welcome to New York Giants Full Access.
That's legend. Bring them sounds in one time.
I'm Art, and we got you. And that's it, man. Go purchase Big Pat Sports Talk merch and support the family, man. And welcome to Big Pat Sports Talk. Thank you for your support. What's going on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all platforms? Welcome to another episode of New York Giants Full Access with your boy Big Pat Sports Talk. And today, the New York Giants get trampled in their second preseason game against the Houston Texans. CJ Stroud and the high-flying Houston Texans, 28-10. And let's just talk about the elephant in the room, Mr. Daniel Jones. Everybody's killing Daniel Jones. He threw the 2 interceptions versus the Houston Texans defense today, and both those interceptions were totally on him. The first interception was the interception that he threw for a pick 6 when they were on the goal line, and he threw a pass that he shouldn't have thrown, and he paid for it. Now, on that play, he hesitated. He should have got the ball out after he saw that the play action pass didn't work and people were covered. And he threw it in the area of Theo Johnson, but he threw it late. And he threw it in a play, and Petrie picked it off and took it back for a pick 6. And that play right there was totally egregious. That should not happen in any scenario in any football game that you play. That's something that you do not want to see from your franchise quarterback that you've paid. And Giants fans are right to, bash him for that play because that play is inexcusable. Not going to sit here and make an excuse for that play. He should have got rid of the ball a long time ago. And sometimes quarterbacks do things like that. They try to make a play out of nothing. And when it came down to it, he was either going to take a safety or he threw the pick. He threw the pick and he made a bad play a whole lot worse than what it should have been. Probably should only gave up 2 points at the very worst. He should have just took the sack in the end zone and took the 2 points and kick it off and lived to play another day. But he threw the pick right there on like the 4 to 5 yard line, and it was a return for a pick 6. Cannot do such things as that, man. He has to understand that, hey, look, sometimes things break down. You got to save the team and just get rid of the ball sometimes. You can't get in your own head and think that you have to make a play every time you're out there on the field. Live to play another down. Live to play another drive. Live to play another day. That was totally inexcusable. Now, the second interception that went to Stingley was a good play by Stingley. Although Daniel Jones, that was on him as well. Not going to sit here and excuse that. That was on him as well. He threw the ball too flat into the inside, which allowed Stingley to come up with the play as far as an interception. At the very least, he should have threw it high and with a little bit more air underneath it to make Stingley make like a one-hand tip out of bounds or just out of bounds, period. He has to get a little bit better at that. Trying to see, I'm going to study up on that play to see if he was trying to do, no, he can't be trying to do a back shoulder right there because he threw it too much on the line to the inside. So that with a good corner good to great corner like Stingley, that's going to happen to you, especially if your receiver doesn't try to play DB right there, which Hyatt should have done to at least try to break that up. But it is what it is, man. That's just a bad play by Daniel Jones. And Jalen Hyatt, you got to make sure that a great corner like that, you don't make it easy on him by letting him force you to the boundary, and he just makes the play easy for him. Should the ball have been thrown over there? No. If you're going to throw that ball over there, you got to make sure it's high and out to the outside to make sure that if your receiver can't make a play, nobody can make a play on it. But Daniel Jones just getting back from an ACL tear. This is some of his first live action in almost a full calendar year. So I'm not super worried about it. It is the preseason, and you make those mistakes in the preseason, so you won't make those in the regular season. Now, people going to come out, see, I told you Daniel Jones was trash. He's ass. He's this. He's that. He's not the guy. Oh, my God. I'm so horrified about the New York Giants having Daniel Jones at quarterback. Blase, blase, blase. What I'm excited about is he actually came back drives later and made some plays to Malik Neighbors and got a play to Darius Slayton almost for a touchdown right there, even though people are going to say that was a bad pass as well, which no, it wasn't. It was right there on the money. And he came back and made some plays. He didn't get down on himself, and he came back and made some plays, and he led us to 2 drives on points. Got us 10 points on 2 drives. So, I mean, he came back and did his thing, even though it was against the second team, but glad to see that he got out of his own head and he went out there and made some plays. He wasn't gun shy. He did not become gun shy. He still threw the ball down the field and made some connections. That's what you guys wanted, right? You wanted somebody that's going to take chances down the field, which he did. So one of those were picked off. I mean, there's plenty of quarterbacks in the league that take chances to get picked off. He's not the only one to do that. So, not making any excuses. Those 2 passes were on him, and he did not look good today. His grade today, I give him a D-. The only reason why I don't give him an F is because he connected with Neighbors on some good passes, and he connected with Slayton. But other than that, he made some bad decisions, and it costed his team 7 points. Now, the good things coming out of it is the only 7 points the first team scored was on defense and wasn't on offense. The defense held up pretty well. A lot of people are getting down on Banks because Nico Collins got 1 good catch for 24 yards, even though that should have been an offensive pass interference. So, I mean, he literally pushed Deontay Banks to the ground. They didn't call anything and let him get the catch. And reason why the Texans are going to get things like that, because the Texans are predicted to be a very good team. So they're not going to get calls like that on them often. And you have to accept that and move on and stop them from getting points, which we did. We stopped them from getting points. Shout out to Chapman, who literally made the team today. This man chased down a running back, running full speed down the sidelines, and he chased him down. He didn't have an angle. He chased him from behind and grabbed him. So I'm very proud of what this first team defense did. Now the second team defense, it got out of hand at the in the second half. We lost 28-10. But there were some good things that happened, and there was a lot of bad things that happened. It's going to happen during the preseason. Hopefully they get it fixed before the regular season. But I think McFadden was hurt. It was a hip. Hopefully it's just like a hip flexor. It is not like anything serious about a hip flexor. And we lost a couple of middle linebackers today. But Trey Hawkins, you got to get a lot better. Dane Belton has to get a lot better. Pinnock, I'm actually intrigued by Pinnock, and I think Pinnock's the real deal. Like Dexter's the real deal. Newman could have had a sack if it wasn't for a couple of penalties that were against us. But the most thing I'm proud of today in this preseason game, that offensive line minus John Runyon Jr. played absolutely well today. They gave Daniel Jones time in the pocket to make those throws. They run block pretty well. I'm proud of those guys going against the Texans defense. So we got a lot to work on. And I still believe this team is a playoff team, and I still believe we can go 11-6. I'm not basing everything off a preseason game like everybody else will that wants to be negative about this team. You know they're going to do it because they want to be negative about the team, and that's okay. But this right here was not the back Daniel Jones. Actually, this was the call Daniel Jones out. You have to play a lot better than that, brother, in order for us to win games, especially against very good teams like the Texans. So you can't make the mistake that you did on the goal line, and you have to know that you can't throw it low, on the line into the inside against a cornerback like Stingley, who's playing against a receiver that he got on the boundary and used that boundary as a second defender. Either you go away from him, take it down, throw it away, or hit your check down, or throw that high end to the outside to see if your receiver can make a play and stay in bounds. Highly unlikely, but at least it doesn't get picked off, and at least your team still has the ball. So, Daniel Jones, you got to get a lot better. You got to step up, kid, because this is your last chance. If you cannot go out there and perform with these guys, they will get rid of you, and they will bring somebody in that they feel that can produce with these guys. So, seen a lot today from this team, from the defense. I'm very intrigued with this defense. I think this defense will be pretty doggone good going into this season, and they will be okay. But Daniel Jones, you got to play a lot better than what you did today. No excuses this season. The offensive line blocked very well. You got the weapons out there. Malik Neighbors was out there making plays. Now is you have to not make bonehead plays this season, and we could be very, very successful. So that's my whole ordeal on this game. I know the onus is going to be on Daniel Jones, which it should be. And he did play very poorly. 2 interceptions, no touchdowns. I think he went like 11 for 18. So he's going to have to come up with some plays. He did find a way to get the ball to Malik Neighbors. He connected on them 4 out of 6 targets. I believe Malik Neighbors had 54 yards or 55 yards, and he made some incredible catches today. Almost had a one-hand catch on Derek Stingley. He was routing up Derek Stingley, giving him the business. And you can't have 2 interceptions and almost another interception on today, Daniel Jones, when you have guys like that on the field. You can't do that. So you have to be a lot smarter. You have to be a lot more precise in the way that you're passing. And you can't second think yourself, because that's exactly what you did on that pick 6. You second thought yourself. You saw that tight end right there. The guy was ready to come up and make a play. You pulled it back down. When you did that, you should have just threw it out of bounds. Like, just throw that ball out of bounds. But you tried to make a play. Guy grabbed your legs. You try to get rid of it to avoid the safety, and boom, the ultimate mistake happens, a pick 6. So you can't do that. You're going to have to learn from that. You cannot make those mistakes, or you will not be here after this year if you're making mistakes like that in the regular season. Hell, you won't even make it through the rest of this season making mistakes constantly like that. So, not going to overbash you, not going to make excuses for you. All I got to say is, do better. We will be better. Daniel Jones, is up to you. You have to play better than that in order for us to be successful. If not, they will let Brian Daboll and Joe Shane get their quarterback, and then the rest of your story, you'll be able to make it. Maybe you'll be a backup and turn into a starter again. Who knows? But I know you cannot play like that and think that you're going to be the quarterback of the New York Giants after this season. It will not happen, and the veto will be in there quicker than you think. So, thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that big blue join button to join the Big Blue crew and talk your talk with Big Pat Sports Talk. And go cop you some New York Giants full access merch. It's in the Big Pat Sports shop. I'm not playing with y'all. I seen a couple people got a couple of shirts the other day. Appreciate you guys. Go ahead and hit my DM and Twitter and send me a picture with your merch, man, so I can shout you guys out. But until the next episode, you know what it is, man. Peace.
Hitting the mic, spitting the facts, coming with full access. Big Pat in the house with giant tactics. Eli's handoff, rapping the classics. 90s beats, we blast this in New York. Big Blue. Where the G-men roam, Super Bowls in the vault, that's the Empire's home. Red, white, and blue, where the legends are grown. Giants full access, this the zone, got the tone.